All right, folks. Welcome. We are here. We are in our first decider of our Titans League bronze bracket, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for all the support. The viewership in the videos has been awesome. The feedback around the community has been awesome. I would not just say this. It has genuinely made me very happy. So thank you to everyone who's been excited, and thank you to the players as well. Players have taken it very seriously, and the winners here will move on to gold, which is a 25K league. So win, you go to gold in our little fast track situation out of this bronze bracket. If you lose, you are still silver. So there's really, I think for most of the players, there won't be big disappointment. There's only a few players who I think were just like destined to go to gold, or at least feel that way. But Terz and Blue were not one of them. They were not the one seeds in the bracket. Blue had to take down Say My Name. And then Terz, I'm forgetting actually who he ran into. I think it was Niaz. So really solid performances from both. And we started off on a map that Blue was pretty crazy on last time I saw him play. He's very aggressive. He's gone for the Lithuanians. And this map we really need to buckle in, guys. Other maps are actually going to be more slow and more strategic. But this map, you have a lot of stuff happening. And a lot of it happening all at once. So if they're not warmed up, this could easily ravel out of control pretty quickly here. Look at how Blue plays with his scouting, guys. He scouts a lot with his sheep. Like, a lot with his sheep on this map. Might even be looking for the northern pond. And his scout also seems to go forward really early on this map almost every time. So I guess he did push in his deer right away, which means he can move forward and scout. But he wants to find out where Terz is docking. And Terz, I think, saw the scout, knows the scout is around. Terz already has some walls down here. And yep, Terz sees that, paying very close attention. And he should be able to dock there, no problem. Terz also comes over, gets his geese. He also had the boar up here, which I assume he saw. Ooh. Well, that's kind of an interesting situation, because he knows the scout isn't stealing it. I don't know if he knows his boar is there. I think he was just hoping it was there, maybe? He might be thinking it's in this little dark spot. But the boar is hiding from him. That could actually slow down his build a little bit. I assume he's going to find it eventually. But that's not an issue for Blue. Blue is the dock up on the back already. Now, one of the best things Lithuanians are good at on this map, because they start with the extra food and just with their build, it's rushing extremely fast to the next stage. And so with him already scouting his opponent's dock, I could see Blue planning around sending a forward Vil. Dravidians are definitely the better opener, Civ, just because they're more flexible with things like Man-at-Arms. And Blue sees the boar now. I think Blue even saw the boar before. But Blue's being really annoying here. Start of the series, Blue's like, hey, this is who I am. I'm showing you. I'm aggressive. And I mean, it's different for every player. Terz might not care. But at least for me, you know, I'm up against someone who's really active with the scout, attacking different things, patrolling all around my base. It's like, it's an uncomfortable feeling, right? And Terz will build the barracks now. So let's see. Right now, my guess, and this could still go either way, is that we will see a forward villager from Blue. That's my guess. I think he's going to click up super fast. But then, I mean, to do that, you have no defense for the Man-at-Arms. The other thing he could try and do upon seeing this is just go archers, or he could go for late Man-at-Arms to match it. But he clicks up. He's going up pretty quickly here. And Blue will see the scout, fall back home. And, okay, Blue seems to be saving for a barracks here. And now Terz is going to be happy to see that. And now Terz is bringing the Vil. So Terz is bringing the Vil. Terz has done his homework here. With the way this version of Cross generates, for fairness purposes, the TC locations are almost always identical. For reasons I can explain later if it really is important to you guys. But basically, we had a lot of complaints. And so Terz knows if it's clearly, if this is a clear, easy dock as the only dock position at the start for him, it should be that way for the opponent. And so he hasn't scouted it, but he's assuming. And that Vil's on the move there. Big walls from Blue, like really ambitious walls. Walls that I think usually should get punished here. But obviously, if he completes this, he's got a lot of free space. Terz does not want to allow this. Terz is really piling on the aggression here. And Blue's only choice really would be to make his own militia to balance this out a little. But even that's tough, because now it's 1 militia versus 2. And now the scout could go down as well, so Blue can't check his shoreline. We'll see, though, where Terz ends up running. Does he run into the vision from Blue? He's going to see the shoreline and dock. Okay, Blue needs to notice that. Scout goes down for Terz as well. But Terz has 3 militia. Terz has the cheap man-at-arms upgrade with his Civ. And Terz is going to get that. So Terz is in a good spot there. He's in a good spot here. Blue is under some pressure here. But Blue does see this. So just because of the lack of scouting from Terz, he didn't get to the right location. Like, ideally, would have been a bit sneakier, but, you know, well played from Blue to notice that. Honestly, not horrible for Blue. You've made 2 militia, and you didn't go for man-at-arms, and your opponent's chasing you with 2 of them. So that's not bad. This one guy on the front is not going to accomplish much. Skirm defense for Blue, who is walled up right now. Terz, really light on food. Like, really light on food. Needs to get double bit. Is getting double bit axe now. And we already have a villager coming to the south for what I assume is a dock there. Damn, that was a lot. That was a lot. And meanwhile, we've got people showing up to the stream like, what up? But they, you guys weren't expecting this to be so fast. We are well and truly into this, man. And easy for mistakes like this to happen on this map. There's so much happening. What's up, Ignacio? What's up, Pablo? I really like this from Blue. Your militia is going to die anyways, but just coming to the south, and look at the information he gets. Yeah, so he'll know that there will be a dock down there now. It still does have to be paranoid down here, and this is also a good move from Blue. You bring the skirmisher for that repairville, and you just kind of block with your fishing ship. One skirmisher is going to take a while to kill this, but this is nice, so you can just clear up your pond. Also, the last time I saw someone defend against the forward dock very nicely, they actually went just 2 docks at home and just heavily fished this pond to start. They didn't even diversify, really. And so maybe, I mean, Terz could maybe still get some damage done here, but he hasn't killed the fishing ship yet. He loses the villager now. Now he's looping around with a man-at-arm and 2 archers this way. And Terz also built a fire galley here. I wonder if that was intentional. I'm going to assume that that was a misclick there. Usually, if you're going to produce anything to prevent a forward dock, you would make a galley here. So, easy to make that mistake, like we said. You've got so many different ponds to focus on. And Terz will fish in the south. Terz is looped behind the gold. No fletching yet. But still, villagers will need to run at least. And the villagers will pull away for Blue. And Terz will really want that villager pick, but Terz will get denied. That's a painful one. You're so close and yet so far. But it's some good pressure. Really nice pressure. Like, his eco has been completely untouched here. Someone says this was made before his forward dock was completed. Okay. Then, if it was intentional, I think there's reasons to question it. Not that big a deal at the end of the day. I think what Terz is doing a really good job of right now, he knows his opponent is going to have this pond. At least most likely, but he's still trying to produce there, and he's just adding farms. I say that he doesn't actually have that many, but Blue actually has more. Does Terz spot this? He does actually see it. So Blue, had he docked more to the side, that would have maybe been a sneaky dock. So Terz needs to notice that, and he does. He's making a fire galley now. And 5 kills and 5 deaths. Skirms here will chase this away. Honestly, though, I mean, Castle Age could decide a lot here. I really like how Terz has played this. He's got a cleaner eco. He has more res collected. He also, well, he did invest into man-at-arms. He didn't get fletching, which actually feels pretty good right now. It's like, fletching wouldn't have changed the situation. Maybe he would have killed that one vill. But I'm not going to complain about being faster to Castle Age if I'm in Terz's position here. I like how the gold's pretty protected. I like his base structure. Obviously, in Castle Age, there's potential to do more damage for the opponent, but the main thing now, and this is the core issue with the Dravidians, is like, what army do you make? Because you can't make knights. When your opponent goes skirms, you feel kind of stuck. Really, you should go for long swords. You should make more men-at-arms right now, and you make more men-at-arms, but he's not going to do that. He's going to make a stable, and again, he's going to make a stable with the civ that cannot make knights. Could make an elephant? They're expensive, but you could make an elephant. So maybe just like 1 or 2 elephants with some archers could be good. But that archer got cleared up. The man-at-arm gets cleared up. The pond is going to get cleared. Oh, actually, hold up. Pond dock is still there. That's a weak fire for blue. Blue is producing here still. And blue is producing down here as well. And then also we have Terz going to the top. So Terz is going to have a dock in every pond. I think he did end up killing 1 fishing ship down here. And it's not like blue added a lot of fish here either. Like, blue has been on 3 or 4 fishing ships this whole time. Ooh, and now a villager from blue is going to the north. Terz has archers there. Terz will snipe that. Terz is in a really nice position. 2-minute advantage to Castle Age. And the skirms were completely out of position too. The skirms, they wanted to go forward to catch those archers. They weren't there. Now he loses his vill and he knows he needs to come home. But we have scouts looping around from Terz to pressure those skirms. Just taking blue off the gold could be really nice. Again, like, Terz is still posing a threat on this pond. This dock is almost down. It's really good value. And, ooh, he wants to repair this fire, but the fire is moving away. The fire isn't behind the dock. It is behind the dock now. Ooh, it's got saved on 2 HP. That's kind of crazy. And down here, blue is using the dock as well, so he'll take an engagement there. But we've got crossbow and bodkin arrow on the way. Gold's about to be pressured. Terz has to micro in a lot of different areas right now. He doesn't have a big group here. He also wants a siege workshop on the front, so there's a lot of pressure happening here. Still have the fire galleys here. Still have the micro here. And he's losing out in the micro here. Looks like he'll lose his fish. But I think that's okay for Terz. I think that the main thing for him right now is he needs to focus on land. He's done enough on water. Focus on land and get the kills here, and you could be in a really strong spot. Blue, though, just completes a market at almost the perfect time. I think if blue is able to get elite skirm, these crossbows are not a problem. I think one small thing that Terz could have done a better job of here, and he's played a really good game, is just pressure those wood lines. These crossbows could be camping this wood line and this wood line at the same time, as this army's pressuring the golds. But he still remained a threat on this pond, so props to him there. Maybe that results in 3 fishing ship kills. And, oh, there was a hole here. He actually gets through. So Terz gets through, and this is crazy value. Good vill kills behind. He's already winning on water. The scout addition does help. The skirmishers will clear this eventually, but that's still really nice. Also, these crossbows have killed more villagers on the town center. Town center will complete, but blue's under a lot of pressure right now. And he's now down to 33 eco. It's 48 for Terz. I mean, this whole game, we have just been looking at blue's economy. We haven't looked at Terz's economy. And Terz has 11 seconds of TC idle time, which is crazy. And now there's siege, and now it's a perfect attack round. That was not a right click. That was an attack round against Lithuanian skirms, which are usually pretty fast and good enough to get away from attacks. But it is just like one thing after another here from Terz. The pond control, the TCs now, the siege follow-up, there is the elephant. Like, this is great. And honestly, I don't know how blue can recover. I mean, Terz is multiple steps ahead right now. And he would need his own siege, which blue is going to get to. Then he needs to land some big shots. Hope that the skirms catch the crossbows. But, I mean, for a gold that should have been relatively safe on the back, this has been nothing but headaches from him. Blue's reacting, but it's just, the pressure just keeps coming. Get crossbow position behind the wood line over there. And the skirms do come over here to push this away, but this is so frustrating. Elephant's even going to run through. I mean, sure, you don't get great upgrades long-term, but you don't need long-term here. You need the here and now. Elephant's still super slow. But there he goes. He's still chunky. Nice shot there from blue. So this is how blue is to come back, is land some big siege shots. But that ends up just being a 1-for-1. A 1-for-1 is not going to be good enough to breathe with this type of economy. Let's see if Terz can settle his mind a little bit first game. Again, you want to add some farms here, but it's still so much wood spend. You also want to add siege. Landed a big shot there. He's like, screw Farmstein 90. Like, I'm just going to make more siege. He's got 2 more mangonels in queue and his scorpion in queue and more crossbows coming. So he's continuing and he wins. Yeah, Terz takes the first game. I think Blue really faced all the things that can create problems for you when you're playing Lithuanians on this map. Like Lithuanians, if they're not pressured heavily early feudal, feel really smooth to play. But he tried to get a wall off. Terz was there too quickly with the militia and the man-at-arms. So he had to react to that with the fast archer range. And then as he was reacting to that, he then needed to react here. And it was just like one thing after another. Terz was just taking amazing initiative. And that's what the best gameplay on Cross does to somebody, is it just completely unravels them. So, well played to Terz. Really well played to him. I am curious, though. Like, I think Blue... This is going to seem like a weird statement because it feels like Terz managed the multitasking better, but I honestly think that Blue didn't have an opening, which gave him any control. I think draft-wise, if I just had to guess right now, I'd say Terz picked Dravidians really high, and Blue picked Lithuanians rather low. Let's get deep into this. Let's just look. Okay, so it's really not that big a difference, but my feeling is like, maybe Blue can say, well, that wasn't as high priority for me. I went for a weaker Civ, which isn't necessarily the case on the draft. And then he can take initiative in future games. Like that's kind of where my brain is at. Just because I feel as though Blue can also do the same thing if he can have a fast start. There's the eco difference real quick before we move into the second game. And obviously the KD and the APM, they're both pretty similar with their speed. So, game number 2, and like I was just kind of alluding to, this is a live series, so if what I'm saying comes to fruition here, this is not scripted. I just am rather addicted and really understand the game. I think that Blue will understand. Like, I think he played well at a disadvantage, and I think he'll understand that game number 1 was all just because Terz was able to take such good initiative, and he was never able to turn it around. So, he's got Chinese here. Chinese are a really good civ. One of the best civs for any map that incorporates almost fully land. And so now the shoe is on the other foot. The Blue is on the other civ. And I think Blue's definitely got the advantage here. Now, Terz has the Jurchen civ. And with Jurchens, you can do some crazy stuff. Now, I've seen someone try it. It failed miserably, but you could try a fast castle, go for some risky play. You could go for some fire lancers. You can go for some grenadiers. The other thing too, though, I would honestly just like to see someone play standard with the Jurchens. Like, they have a good scout rush. There's hunt everywhere on this map. Scouts into cav archers is perfect for this map. And I think scouts into cav archers, you can beat the Chinese. So, I think Terz is too good a player. I mean, I'm assuming if he tries something wacky, he has it practiced. But I think he's too good of a player to just go YOLO FC. Like, I think he could still win this game and break the Chinese otherwise. But we'll see. Like, usually that's how it works, right? Players who are really talented and have a lot of belief in their abilities, they're not going to go for the YOLO all-in plays. And, oh, man, we got a really bad house situation here for Blue. He just completely forgot his house. So he's down a villager because of that. But we'll see. Terz comes out here with the dock. So again, the last time I saw this, the fast castle attempt, the player didn't even dock. I think you should always dock. Take some fish at least. And Blue comes out, will dock as well. So this is the swamp aspect here on Jungle Swamp. Oh, we got to do the deer thing. It's a little late, but how many deer are on the map, chat? Any guesses? I'm going to go with 79. 79. Let's see. 94. What the? Pfft. This freaking map trolls us, dude. Normally, I look at that a little bit earlier, so it was like mid-80s last time. And so I thought that I could get 79 because a couple deer were eaten. So there's 94 now. So not bad. Just a couple small things here from Blue. Like, I don't think these houses on the back are necessarily part of a normal plan. I would like those houses to be more along the front to protect yourself later. It's not that big a deal, though, compared to whatever attacks they're going to go for. And Terz is going to click up. And Terz is not going for the YOLO Fast Castle. But the potential that he could go for the YOLO Fast Castle could actually affect what Blue does. So, but I think Blue does need to have faith in his abilities, go for the Feudal Age approach, and not really put too much weight into it. Don't mind game yourself too much here. Trogon, thank you. He says, love the effort and passion you put into the game every day. Thank you, Trogon. It hasn't been every day because I was without internet for 36 hours. And it was a horrible, horrible time. But I made it through it. I was able to survive, thankfully, and I am back. Thank you for the 2 months. Padinsky, thanks for the 10. Helden, thanks for the 29. Dashi, Good Guy Piggle, Ragumi, Kit Perk. Thank you so much, guys, for the resubs and the support. And Blue is here looking. Probably thinks the TC is around here somewhere. But that's another weird one. Like, Blue's a little bit off right now. I mean, I could be wrong. But, guys, if you see a house there, you know the enemy TC is close, and you should always hug a wood line. Should never run into the open space like that. So that's another small advantage here for Terz. Because he was just kind of waiting here anyways. Feudal Age time will be slightly faster for Blue, but Blue now has a rough time with his starting scout. And guys, he's also not prepping a house again. I think he's really not sharp right now. Like, he's going to get housed very early on here. And he forgot his barracks as well. What is happening? Blue is definitely... I mean, this is a big moment. Nerves could be extremely high. And he is not locked in with his timings at the moment. I guess he realized he was housed. So that's good. He will make another house now. He will eventually move into his barracks. Meanwhile, Terz is going to make one fire galley. He might end up losing water because if he ends up losing water, it'd be because he's only making one fire galley. And Blue's actually gone to gold so he can make more. So the late barracks could actually be just down to the build. And thankfully he's Chinese. So he has had a rough start with Chinese, but a rough start with Chinese still maybe slightly better than all other civs. But look at that reaction time from Terz. Terz was tracking that the whole way in. Did not run into that spearman and make that mistake. There's only 300 food left in the middle. What is this? Why is there snapper on my map? It's supposed to be salmon, T-West. What are we doing? I've never seen snapper there. That's a really... That's a must-fix bug. I'm being sarcastic. It's not actually important. It's the same exact value. But it's supposed to be salmon. There's no villagers out here to repair. Fire galleys are really weak, but Blue is making a second one. So, oof. Well, I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's unlucky, though. 1 HP. He loses a fishing ship because of that little coin flip. But now Terz is going to lose all his fishing ships, and Terz is just focusing on the scouts. And Terz playing into some archers behind. Terz is going to gold now. Food eco is looking pretty good. Neither player farming a lot. Blue, though, doesn't seem to be the player that has a lot of land initiative right now. And I really like Jurchen Scouts. Jurchen Scouts are really strong. Tough to deal with. Remember, you've got this mounted units attack faster bonus. And the Fire Lancers. So, I mean, Scouts could be really deadly. Ooh, that could be a trap. Does Blue see that? A Terz against a different player could have been trapped in there. There's a lot happening right now. Scouts are forward from Blue. He will run in towards Terz's base. And Blue did track this. Blue did see this. Only has 2 spearmen. Villagers are kind of all exposed here. But we've got forging on the way from Terz. He's just going to be patient. And now Terz sees the scouts from Blue. And Terz is locked in right now. I'm really impressed. Obviously, you expect Terz to play well getting here. But he's like laser focused. Like no minor missteps. Previous game, idle TC was super low. That's good from Blue, though. That finally gets a feeling that he's doing some good things here. Gets a villager snipe, denies the walls. And still holding some nice control here. Now, his vill is exposed He doesn't have all the spearmen together, and those scouts just melt that spearman. And this is what this map turns into. It could turn into a lot of scout numbers, a lot of army. And there's not a lot of army from blue. Guys, a clear sign that someone is nervous is over-queuing vills. Look at how many vill queues he has right now. He has 8 vills in queue. Blue is shaking right now. He wants to make scouts. He wants to make scouts, but he has no food because he's over-queuing vills. And then Terz is 1 vill at a time. 1 vill at a time, able to spend the resources on different upgrades and on the units. I'm seeing lots of signs that blue is letting the moment get to him right now. But how much of that is Terz taking the moment, upping his gameplay in the biggest stage for him, and putting the opponent under pressure, right? I mean, there's some micro that Terz will want back. It could have been slightly better there, but still, more scouts are coming through. The archers will contribute. Pressure could be on the gold tier, and blue's just going to play into some skirms. This is awkward. Terz is fully walled at home almost. Has no potential that he's going to get counterattacked. And well, see if blue can hold here. Get to Castle Age, maybe. Get to Castle Age. Stabilize this game a little bit. The army's not very big for Terz at the moment. I think there was a big fight that I missed somewhere. It could be scouts running into these fires in the middle. That's really annoying on this map. It's super difficult to avoid that. A T90, is it always right to try and have 2 vills in queue in your TC? Yeah, I think 2 or 3 is fine. It depends on the circumstances, but you should never want 8. Obviously, 8 is just... It's just one of those things, like, I could speak to it because I've been in this situation, right? When you're playing tourneys. You get super nervous and you just can't focus on the details. And you're actually moving... Sometimes you're moving a little bit faster than you normally move when the pressure's really high. And it actually works against you, right? The scouts have forging, so the scouts get some good hits. The archers are there for the spears. The spears get some hits too, though. Still, though, that's a good fight for Terz. I don't know why he backed away there. He maybe saw his scouts were weak, but that's a couple skirmishers. And he can push those skirms back. Force more army out here from blue. I mean, I would have loved to see more scouts, but he just never got to the scout number. He's got some big problems. There's also a lot of archers for Terz. They're not even all here yet. Continues to run into these fires, though. Like, at what point is he going to change his waypoints? The pathing's kind of awkward here because of the wood lines and the berries. Terz has not clicked up to Castle Age yet. Blue seems like he could be closer to that. And the KD is even. Terz just has this feeling of confidence when I watch him play right now, though. A Gooter Bear says, welcome back online, T90. Did you suffer withdrawal symptoms? I did. I did this thing, since my internet wasn't working yesterday, where I went out into the public. Gasp! I went to a mall where there's people, there's human beings. I didn't buy anything. I just got a coffee and I walked around. I didn't buy anything. Actually, that's not true. I bought a gift card for my fiance so she could buy something. I tried, I swear. I looked at clothes and stuff and I was like, I'm not spending that type of money. And I don't want to try on anything. Yeah, it was pretty sad. But it was a good time, I guess. I got a haircut. I did, as I was leaving the parking lot to go into the mall, I did touch grass once, yes. So, grass was touched. Terz is a big Castle Age time here. He did lose his army as I was making the jokes. Did lose his army there, so nice clear up from blue, and blue is on the way to Castle Age as well. Just feel like blue needs to wall up right now. Like, you're walled this way. He's going to have tons of houses. You've got time now. You don't really have an army. This army can be offensive, but these skirms can stay home. You need to just wall this up. I know it's a lot to wall, so maybe it's not realistic right now, but you really need to TC here, though. Like, wood is running dry. Terz has secured himself a nice little corner here. He doesn't actually know how good it is. There are some big wood lines to work with. And Terz has his army of crossbows, or archers, soon to be crossbows, moving to the north. He doesn't know those villagers are out here, but he might be able to find that. Someone's saying that Terz is going to go Grenadiers. I don't think so. I think we'll just play Crossbow and Economy. I don't think there's any need to go for Grenadiers right now. I think if anything, we'll see Cav Archers as a follow-up. I think he's got a good economy to just boom. And no need to play fancy from here. You've earned a pretty good position in this game. Now, he doesn't know about this massive house wall. And now he finds the houses. And blue hasn't been spotted in the north. So those vills are fine for now. And all things considered, blue would have... Well, look at that. Did you see that? All his vills stopped. I think he misclicked the stop hotkey or something instead of the garrison hotkey. Wonder if he has a hotkey for protecting vills that conflicts with the stop hotkey or something. Because, like, S for safe, S for stop. I don't know what his hotkey scheme is. Just a thought. Yeah, honestly, if Terz hit this position, it could have been game ending. But he went the wrong way. Didn't have the scouting. And blue will get elite skirm, and blue actually have enough time. The tower slows down any TCs. But Terz hasn't gone for any TCs either. And Terz is rushing ballistics. Usually, I mean, getting ballistics is still good if you have good micro, of course. But rushing ballistics against elite skirm doesn't feel nearly as strong. But, I mean, he has it already. Elite skirm's now in. The skirms aren't tanky enough to necessarily win every fight until that +2 armor comes in. And the skirms are getting whittled down, and ballistics has paid off so far for Terz. And blue is he's got a micro to save himself here, and he's not able to. Terz knows that the skirm number isn't high enough. I don't know if blue knew this number of crossbows was coming until now. And with ballistics in, Terz could be up to a quick 2-0 lead here. Couple lancers mixed in as well. Villagers getting sniped. Again, the wood situation for blue is horrible. Random spears are coming in. The knights are not enough as well. And Terz is just completely destroying him here. Blue is shaky at the start. And Terz has just sensed blood in the water and has dove in. I would say like a shark, but my fiance is a marine biologist, and she would like the world to know that if there is blood in the water, that doesn't necessarily mean the shark is going to devour you. But, you know, that's the saying, okay? That's the saying. You know, blood in the water, it's just a saying. Just a saying, and, I mean, this is the eco right now for blue, and it looks really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. And Terz should be able to just boom here. You've done enough damage. If he can chill, and he can drop the second TC and add eco, things should be looking pretty good. Also sniping the fishing ships that were on the fish traps there. Sneakily placed. That gets spotted. Just blue didn't have a very smooth eco in the mid game. And early Castlage is just such a difference maker. He is only 10 eco behind. He will drop the second TC. He does have fully armored skirms now, so that could be good against the crossbowmen. There are lancers now for Terz, though. And cav archers. He's got so much army now. And with the way he's playing, I think he just dives here. I mean, why not? You're not going to get a better opportunity to get more damage done. So the lancers dive in for the skirms. The cav archers and the crossbows are there to deny the TC. That TC's not going up. And this is what I'm talking about. If you have the confidence in your abilities, if you're a really solid player, you do not need to do any YOLO fast castle shenanigans with the Jurchens. They have a good economy. They're great for this map, for the scout, archer, cav archer, lancer approach. And this felt to me, if both players were playing at their best, like a 3-2 Terz series, that was my prediction coming into it. I think blue is really struggling with the moment, and Terz is making the most of it. So Terz could make this a quick 3-0. Just like some really obvious signs. The first game, there was a lot happening, so that's just normal. But some really obvious signs that blue is not as sharp as he needs to be right now. Getting housed here, he had the whole time on the way up to build the house, didn't do it. Right before that, scouts this house. The normal play there, you scout the house, you know the TC's around, and then you see the wood line. You hug the wood line because you know the TC's going to be close. He sees the wood line, but he doesn't hug the wood line. He runs into the TC. So it's running into the TC, getting housed. He also was super late with his barracks. Like, all that in the early game was just like a sign that he is not necessarily set up with the timings. And Terz on the flip side, it's like barracks is at the perfect time. Barracks completes. House is already prepped. Stable follow-up is there. Like, yeah, he's just sharp. He's sharp against a player who hasn't gotten there yet. And the difference is showing. So, yeah, we'll see what Blue can do. Maybe he needs a map to slow it down a little bit. And then once he gets a feeling for victory, he can turn it around. But Terz, killing so far. 1 win away from moving into Gold League in the new year. So yeah, I got one guide a little bit. All right. So we got to talk about it now. Somebody was like, this is preparation versus no preparation. Why is Blue getting Loom now? Why is Blue? I don't understand. How is he getting Loom at the start? This is super odd. Does he have a plan to like Vill Rush or something? Anyway, someone in my chat says one of these players is prepared, the other's not. And I basically told that guy that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Both these two are very prepared. And they both put in a lot of time and effort to practice. But Blue, last I heard, is like 19 or 20 years old. And it could just be the nerves, right? The nerves. I mean, normal people understand this. Some days you play your best, some days you don't, right? At the highest level in anything, we tend to judge people not on the highest level, but also their consistency of it. And we're talking bronze bracket now. And consistency is very hard to manage. These people are more human, right? But I do not understand why Blue would get Loom at the start here unless he forgot his houses. And then it's like, how are you forgetting your houses at the start of a game? That's super weird. Like, you might think, oh, G90, it's not a big deal. No, you're just permanently down a Vill if you get Loom right away. That's super weird. Super, super, super weird. Anyways, I mean, he picked a good civ here. I like the way. I like the way a lot. You get the additional villagers from getting the eco upgrades. I think you picked the way because you want to wall here. And I think you picked the Gurjaras because the Gurjaras, you want to be aggressive against those walls. And make some scouts, play into archers, play in towards camels and Shravamshas later on. I personally would prefer the way if the walls can get down. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do to wall up this map. A questionable micro says he's not permanently down a Vill until Terz gets Loom. Yeah, but you're then down... You're down a Vill for the first, 9.5 minutes of the game? For basically no reason? So it is questionable. It is odd. There's a reason no one else does it. But Res Collected could be a little bit deceiving. Terz also has the sheep in here. Blue choosing to go for the mill here on the shorefish. Also has the berries back here. And if you want a wall and a little bubble here, you can do so. Terz has the better map, though, I think, for protecting a gold. Terz actually has that gold in the back. That gold is better, but this gold is arguably worse because you can't really do much to protect that. But I guess both the blues are on the front. What Blue doesn't have problems with is the berries. The berries are very exposed for Terz. And I would argue like the shorefish and the berries are a little bit better here. Frank Tank says maybe it was a hotkey misclick to build the houses. It just looked like he forgot the houses for a second. And then, yeah, you got housed, and then he had to get Loom. It's just really weird. I don't know. I don't have an explanation. Typically, I can tell you guys, like, what has happened and why a mistake was made. And be very specific with the reasoning, but I just think he's not playing really sharp right now. Boogenish the Brown? That's a... I'll get better with the resub next month. Thank you for the prime. A Monkey Wine, thank you. Says, good to see you after your exile, T90. Yeah. So, you know what it really annoys me? Let me just rant about this for a second, okay? I'm going to sound old, but I think you guys will agree with me. So, my internet was out for like 36 hours. And I was like, oh, it's okay, because I can just play some games on my console some of the games I like to play are single-player games. So I pulled up my Xbox, right? And it's like, I have no internet. You can't play this game because you can't prove you own it. I'm like, bro, I paid money for this game. But no, because you buy it and you have to be online to verify with your account that you own it, it wouldn't let me play any of the games that I bought. Yeah, I was like, this isn't owning. This is not owning. So yeah, that pissed me off. The only game that I could actually play that I enjoy with single player was good old Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Oh, I'm actually so glad I couldn't play my Xbox games. Oh, it was so good. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. And so, yeah, I played that for like 5 hours. I was like, I could read this book I bought 8 months ago, or I could try and play every single possible video game during this time. And I found one that worked. And I may or may not have, at the conclusion of my park, after I beat the mission, I may or may not have used do not enter signs to slowly funnel people onto a small walkway above the water. And let's just say the 1,318 people that were in my park could not swim. I remember I did that when I was like 8 years old. I apparently have not changed. I promise I'm not a psychopath. But yes, I did delete the walkway that 1,318 people were standing on, and they did drown. But it's okay because I won the mission, so it's fine. It's fine. I just keep in mind I did not need to tell you this information, all right? So don't use it against me. But Your Honor, he did not need to admit to the crime. So let's not punish him. So yeah, scouts for Blue. Blue will have the additional villagers now because of the eco upgrades. Terz seems to have a game plan. Really fast army numbers. Holy crap, hold on. He's actually produced multiple camels. So you can make camel scouts out of the stables. You rarely see it. Terz he produced 2 more camels, which is pretty crazy. I can't tell you the last time I've seen someone do this. So that completely shuts down Blue's scout rush, both offensively and defensively. And I don't know if Blue has necessarily realized this, but there's a camel here. There's a camel here. The thing is, though, like, I don't know like how good camels are going to be if Blue transitions into archers. That's what Blue needs to do right now. An interesting build. It's going to be camels and archers from Terz. What in the world? No farms, though. This is really taxing on your economy. So these attacks have to work out. The no farms thing is a really big deal, considering Blue's already got, what, 7 farms with horse collar? And the camels are ever so slightly slower than the scouts, so it's not like you can just eat the scouts. But I don't think that Blue is expecting there to be archer follow-up, so he's probably happy to just make a bunch of spearmen here. That is 1 spearman going down, and that's our first kill. But the fast archer switch is going to be really tough for Blue. I love the approach from Terz today. Again, it's kind of a weird thing. Like, whoever loses these sets is obviously going to be very sad. But at the same time, everyone should be happy they fall into the Silver League at the end of the day. And Terz makes his first mistake in a minute, loses that villager. I don't know where she was going, but she's dead now. And the walls are coming up on time for Blue. So that's a big deal. Army's not able to pressure. Blue's able to make some skirms after seeing the archers and sit behind the walls with arguably the better economy now. This is big investment now from Terz that isn't necessarily paying off with eco kills. Walls should come up back here. I think Blue just needs 3 more palisades. Super easy to overchop these crappy wood lines, of course. But it should be manageable. Blue starting to feel himself a little bit. Starting to feel good. Starting to feel confidence, hopefully. That's not a good engagement, though. I can't give you a good explanation for that one. That was... I don't know what on earth that was. I think he was distracted. Like, he was trying to micro his skirm here, but, like... everything was fine, and then you just don't need to take that fight. He did such a good job to avoid taking bad engagements. And now he's got no army. So it's sad because Blue has performed much better than this throughout the whole bracket. But now, I mean, Terz has got to... Terz will know as well. Like, I've got this guy rattled, or he's rattled. But Terz will force the tower. I think Terz will just be happy with that. There's no way Terz can get through here. The Terz will just love to get a villager kill and run away. Yeah, gets the villager kill. The big thing Terz has is a much better army for Castle Age. So, tower's up. Blue needs to garrison. Blue does garrison, and Terz just backs away. But, I mean, Terz hasn't had to build a tower, which means he still has stone available to build a TC on this hill later in Castle Age. Blue does have enough skirms to probably hold the situation. Will drop the market. Does have good farms. But just worrying signs now for Blue, just being down 2 games after seeing some rough fights. But should be okay. You have enough wood to make it to Castle Age. Playing into skirms isn't horrible. I think the game plan is to play skirm for now and play Jean Bays. The Terz is up. Again, Terz is playing really sharp. And yeah, like in a 50-50 game, there's some tiny things you can always look to. Say, maybe this person's map is slightly better. Maybe this person's civ is slightly better. I think I was kind of alluding to some of that in the first game as well. Like maybe the civ difference there. But the reality is, Terz is the one at the wheel here. And Terz is the one controlling this series. So, question to all you Terz fans. I know Terz has a lot of fans in my chat. And Terz is in my chat a lot of the time. Why is it that everyone's saying Vamos for Terz when Terz is German? And also, I think everyone who's saying Vamos is not like from an area that speaks Spanish. Is there a backstory to this? I mean, it's going to continue now. That's not going to change. There's no backstory. Okay. I mean, it's fun to say. It's fun to say. So, I mean, respect. Why is El Matador named as he is when he's German? I guess that's true as well. Yeah, I don't know. How do you say let's go in German? Whatever it is, no offense, Germans, it's not as cool as Vamos. But tell me. Los geht's. Los geht's, Terz. Los geht's. Los geht's. Okay, it's not too bad. Los geht's, Terz. He's in Castle Age. These camels that were just little feudal age measly camels before, they are full-on, full-grown daddy camels now. And the archers run in. They snipe the spears. Blue is advancing out before upgrades. He moves out so close to Castle Age and just gets everything wiped up. Another horribly mistimed engagement. I think that one's more understandable because he thought he would maybe be in Castle Age faster. His opponent made a lot of camels. He wanted to get his upgrades and apply pressure. But Terz is building a siege workshop on the front. And Terz is ready to go to Gold League. Siege on the front is just perfect here. Because now Blue wants time. Blue knows he needs numbers. He's waiting for 3 archer range production of Jean Bays. He's trying to escape to another wood line because he's running out of wood. Terz could find that with that camel. Terz is going to be in on this side. Siege is going to be coming from the hill. Yeah, Terz sees that. So Terz knows there's movement over there. We'll probably bring more army over. You have the army coming over now. And he's also in on this side to apply pressure too. Jean Bay will not be a surprise to him. He knows this was Jean Bay is the game plan. A siege is on the archer range. Army here is being microed. Camels don't kill Vills that quickly. They're also not good against arrow fire or TC fire. So this is not so good for Terz. He'll lose all his camels. But this is some good harassment on this side. I don't know about the forward university strategy. That's a new one. Actually, do you think there's a chance this could turn around? Terz just tossed all of his army away. And Terz was in... he was in Google Translate, trying to translate what Vamos means. And now his university is getting denied. He didn't have the patience. He thought he was going to win it. Didn't have the patience. Still, though, the Jeanbeis don't even have bloodlines, guys. They're so weak without bloodlines. 36 HP. University will get denied. Okay. Kills happen. I mean, random camel over here could get some kills. It's still not pretty. Well, I mean, Blue's got the score lead. And Blue just needed any hope at this point. Any belief. And maybe he's got a chance now. Terz has an army problem. He doesn't know what army he wants to commit to now. Mangonel gets trapped. Siege push on the front is going to be completely dead. And Blue's like, we're back, baby. We are so back. His unit's really bad against Siege, by the way. But, yeah, if he can get bloodlines now, if he can start to secure a wood line, because he really needs wood more than anything, he could be okay. Still, though, the economy for Terz is sick. He's got 2 TCs behind this. Ballistics is on the way. I think playing camels is going to be rather tough now. He doesn't have any food for armor upgrades or for the camels. The Siege Workshop, had it been in the middle, would be really helpful now for a couple of Scorpions. It kind of feels like the Siege Workshop is a little bit useless now. Guys, if Terz, like, imagine the scenes if Terz gets reverse swept now. Like, just overcommitment to the front and losing a ball of army could start a crazy snowball. It would obviously be a heartbreaker. And I haven't seen enough from Blue to make me think that that's actually realistic, but it'll be the day of the forward university. I think he just kind of like sensed gold and he just went for it. Like, it would have been the perfect moment for me as a caster, for him to rewatch it, for everybody. He took such a good fight and wanted to finish it. But now the Jeanbeis become a problem. He is advancing further forward with his camels and crossbows there, kind of ignoring this. And still no bloodlines for Blue, who has the stable. So, like, it's not like he can't do it. He's just fixing his eco, finding the gold, finding the wood. His resources are going to start to rise here. But falling behind in Vils against the better boom of Terz right now. And the key on this map is always who can TC the hill. Who can take this? This would be a good spot for Terz. TC at the top of the hill, take the stone, take the gold, take the wood. Makes it so tough for Blue to move. It is already tough for Blue, by the way. He's got to react to the raid from Terz on the right side. Crazy that Terz just went forward with this. That's ballsy, right? Normally, you think you just defend at home, but he just goes for the throat again. Getting those Vil kills. Gets really good value from this army. That's an amazing engagement. And we'll continue to before he loses the army, but... Yeah, dude, oh man, the other Jeanbeis are on the other side. No bloodlines on this unit is horrible. You have to have bloodlines, man. And that's an upgrade you normally get every single time. That's an upgrade Blue knows about. 100%, but he just isn't there right now. Isn't able to think about it. Has 1,000 golds. Oh my god. Oh my, he lost everything here as well. And yeah, that, I didn't even expect him to be losing this because you're losing here. It's just units are not good enough right now. Like, with some units, you could skip bloodlines. Because, even, Knights, for example. Because you have 100 HP without bloodlines. That's really good. But a Jeanbei with no bloodlines is like a... It's like a... what is it like? I mean, you've got 36 HP. It nearly doubles it. I don't know. It's like... It's like me with no internet. It's completely useless. It's horrible, right? It's like a extremely pale individual outside with no shirt on a very sunny day with no sunscreen. I mean, you're just going to feel nothing but pain for hours and hours and hours. I could go down the list of things it's like. Now he gets bloodlines. And, well, I mean, it's just so late. It's happening. It's better late than never. That's what they say. But he's going to need some big fights now. I think Terz needs to... Well, I don't know how this is ever going to go up. But Terz needs to go for another Siege Workshop on the hill. But guys, this raid might just force the tap out here. Terz has been locked in. Blue clearly not compared to his previous rounds. Some days you have it, some days you don't. If these crossbows continue to move, it's an absolute feast here. And the Siege Workshop got denied. And Blue, I mean, do your best, buddy. He tries to house wall it out so he could bring over a supporting army. There he goes microing, but here at the same time, he runs into the town center, and these crossbows have got nothing but value. So whether it's Vamos or Los Gets or whatever, the hype for Terz is real, man. Terz is about to be gold. And Terz will do it with the sweep as well. It would be a crazy run from him. He's up by 50 villagers now. And the Jean base can be good, but they're not that good. Siege even, it's probably not that good. I think Terz should be able to see this one out. There are 21 Jean bays now, though, for Blue. Yeah, army count still isn't ridiculously high for Terz, but yeah, he's got enough. Blue has bloodlines now. He has it. He's had it for the last couple minutes, but he didn't have it for the first couple engagements, and yeah, Blue just really wants that Siege Workshop up. He's trying. Okay, I mean, Terz is committing his whole army here to deny a Siege Workshop, and Shravamshas don't have any armor upgrades. Hold up a second. Is this throwable? Is this throwable? Panic time for Terz. Panic time for Terz. He has no army. He wants to make siege from this Siege Workshop, which is at the bottom of the hill. This whole time, the second he denied this Siege Workshop, he just needed his own Siege Workshop to have a couple mangonels already. But he didn't do it. It's double Siege Workshop from Blue. The Jean bays have ballistics, full armor, full attack. They're way better than the crossbows. It's not even close. They're way better now, especially when the numbers are so high. Guys, I think Blue can win this game. He's killing the siege. Terz is panicking. Terz knows he killed Vills, but he doesn't know he's got a 50 villager lead. His resources don't feel that good. Like, look at the inefficiencies here. These villagers are taking long walks. These villagers are taking long walks. Building another Siege Workshop now. Some players are at their most dangerous when they're backed against the wall, right? And Blue knows he has to step up now, or the series is over. This is crazy. But you know what Terz did to get those Vill kills is he threw a lot of army away. He's been sniping Vills and losing his army. Eventually, you've got to face the army. And guys, I don't know if he can. If these Jean bays make it into the back as well, he could have some big problems. I mean, he's really at the limit with his resources. He's trying what he can to make his own siege and make his own skirms, but his resources are nothing. Just nothing. And Blue can do this. I mean, Blue could start to boom behind this as well eventually, but for now he's got to kill. He's killing the Vills. He's taking down the town center. 15 villagers are about to die. All the army from Terz could die. The score could flip. What is happening, dude? How does Blue keep coming back from the dead? Jean bays will be in the back getting villager kills. Blue has taken the hill. Terz thought he had it. And now he has to fire uphill in a siege fight, which is horrible. Damn. I mean, it's so cool, man. Like, these players are still extremely high level, obviously. But it's amazing that a comeback is even possible here. This feels like, you know, it's amazing that this is a conversation. We're so used to a couple villager lead just snowballing into the game ending at the very highest level. But Terz is just falling apart here. All the villagers in the back get slaughtered. More Jean bays are coming in. His siege goes down. He is very little gold income right now. He is shaking. He is absolutely shaking. He did not have an army to contest with the siege and the Jean bays. He didn't castle the position. He didn't have his own siege. Is this the start of a ridiculous reverse sweep? big shots there from Blue as he still keeps moving on the Siege Workshop. The Siege Workshop that has a Mangonel hop out, that fires, that will go down. The Mangonel's still surviving on this side. The Janbeis are coming from the other side. Blue's gonna win the game. What in the world, dude? Down 50 villagers, he wins the game. What? I'm sorry, what? Wow. I mean, guys, think of your mentality. Thank God in the game, there's crappy stats. Now, let's not really thank God about that. I would like the devs to add some of this stuff. It'd be really fun for the game to have. But if you end this game and you actually could see that you had a total of 112 vills in a game against 74, you're going to think like, what happened there? I mean, look at the difference in res collected. Holy. I think Terz thought he had it locked down multiple times. The forward siege push, he thought he had the game won. And he didn't do the safe play. He went for the crazy play. And then here, it was way greedy. When you deny the Siege Workshop the first time, the simple play here, guys, is add your own siege. Like, you have 3 TCs. It's 79 vills against 37. Yeah, you just go Siege Workshop right here. Boom. And that's game over. That's game over. The Janbei are still a problem, yes. But, like, you having your own siege with your crossbows and having, like, multiple siege units against 0 makes a difference. And your eco pays in. But he just never added it. And he just kept, like, sniping the Siege Workshop, never adding his own. And then Bloodlines came in, and then the Janbei were insane. Like, maybe Terz thought Bloodlines was in the whole time and that Janbei were crap. But, like, yeah, he really underproduced on Siege there. And also, Gurjaras have a core issue. They don't have very tanky units. And to anyone that says the Shravamsha, I disagree. I think the Shravamsha is a very weak Castle Age unit, except for raiding. I think in Imperial Age, maybe it's a bit better, but damn, that's crazy. I don't know how it happened exactly, but tried to explain it. Blue's still alive. And that could put Terz under some pressure. In theory, it doesn't, because it's like, you know, whatever. It's fine. We lost one game. We can make mistakes because we're already ahead. But now if you lose the next game, you're under a lot of pressure and more than you were expecting. So, all right, guys. So I don't know how we're here because Terz had a pretty big lead in that game, but Blue actually came back. Yet again, he's going with one house at the start. What's going on with this dude in houses? I swear, if he gets housed, I'm going to scream. This is inexcusable. Build your houses, please. There we go. Okay, he's going to build the other 2. And then I guess you could technically do this every time. We got Bengalis for Blue. We got Malay for Terz. We've got shoals. We've got a very big map. We've obviously got the water here in the middle. And water is an important aspect that both civs have good bonuses for. Bengali ships regenerate. Their navy's pretty good for later. Malay navy is amazing. And they also have the great fish traps and the docks with extra vision. But the Malay advance faster to the next stage. And so usually the Malay are good at going for those killer timings. And that is what Terz has done a really good job of every game. Game 1, slightly faster to some pressure. Snowballed it into a variety of different things. Game 2, the same. Game 3, he should have snowballed it to a 3-0 win, but he choked a little bit. And in fact, he choked a lot of it, honestly. So, we'll see. Now, I really would like to go get some coffee. So, if you guys are cool with that, I'm actually going to step away here. Before I do, Octo and Supplies, thank you again for more supports during the survival mode from Blue there. That was crazy. Thank you very much. Octo, especially for the 10. I know Supplies gifted some other saves earlier. But yeah, let me step away for a second. They're just pushing deer. It'll be a long day for me, so BRB. All right, I'm back. Well, not 100%. One sec. Got to put my headphones on. And now we're back. All right. So kind of the big talking point here is what their builds are going to be. if it'll be Feudal Age and some water contests, or if it'll be Fast Castle. I think both civs are kind of exceptional at either play. It is kind of a preference thing at the end of the day. Some civs, it's a bit more clear one way or the other. Chat's trolling me. I don't think I missed anything. But both players have pretty good maps as well. Especially Blue here with these walls. Secures himself this gold and 2 stone piles for later on. I guess the gold positions for Terz aren't ideal, but never really are on this map. Yeah, thankfully, it doesn't seem like it's very viable to go for a lot of Feudal Age military and deny those golds. I think if that was a more common play on the map, we actually would have to balance these a little bit more. And Terz, perhaps no surprise with the melee, he is going to plan on going to Feudal Age here. Clicks up to Feudal Age really fast. I think Blue will actually do the same. Yeah, so he built this dock here so he can move these fish underneath the sea tower against any of the pressure here. Just needs to get the mining camp up, needs to get some bills on golds. And we'll click up. He will be later. He'll probably be behind in fish, but you also get 2 extra vills with the Bengalis when you make it to the next stage, so economically, this should even out a little bit. Yeah, Twitch, I mean, I guess props to them. Like, they probably had some deal or whatever to promote this new game, but it's really weird to me that an emote as standard as Kappa has been changed. Like, do you guys type Kappa in chat? Like, Kappa's one of the most OG emotes. Also, as a streamer, if anyone's being sarcastic, it's kind of nice for me to see Kappa, because it's hard for people to really, like, properly make it clear they're being sarcastic. Yeah, they changed Kappa. I think it's supposed to be from the new, like, Black Ops game. I think they have, like, a sponsorship thing. But it's weird. It's temporary, I guess, yeah. For, like, a couple days or something, or a month. I actually don't know how long. Yeah, everyone in my chat doesn't like it. I, for one, am shocked that the Age of Empires 2 community doesn't like change. That's crazy. Really? Here I thought that we would all be on board with something that, you know, has been one way for a very long time, just suddenly changing. That's so odd. I thought we were like really on board with new things. Terz's scout is actually trapped in here, guys. It has been walled in. He wasn't able to kill any villager. Oh, we almost got officially trapped. But Blue's just sitting here with his scout. Blue's just waiting till he's in feudal, and Blue has more HP. So Blue can actually kill this, which is a really big deal on this map. So that's nice. Also, love how Blue is, like, he essentially saved this fish, so these fishing ships could be safe. And now Blue will run after that scout. Blue is going fast castle. We see the market over here. We see the blacksmith here. And yeah, Terz will definitely lose the scout. So Terz has not killed any fish yet. It's kind of a weird build from Terz, if I'm being honest with you. He's going to stone now, which is definitely not what I was expecting. He's only on 1 dock, which I definitely was not expecting. His eco's still going to be great. He still will have a good castle each time as well. He'll still be walled. But what's he going to do? Is he going to go Karambits? Karambit castle drop or something? Karambits and rams or something? To me, it looks like he's going to go Karambits. He's got a barracks, which I think might just be for arson and squires. And he's on stone. I mean, he wants to punish the boom then. Usually on this map, it's just like some water and then a lot of eco. It could be really interesting. But the key, guys, is that the opponent doesn't scout it, right? And Terz lost his scout. Now, what Terz did get is he got a full tour of his opponent's base. So we got to see where the gold is here and where all the other ecos look like. So if you're going to pressure, you could pressure this side. But maybe a prepped strategy here from Terz. I do know there is another player who did this in a different setting, but it was in TTL first round. They lost 3-1, but their one win, it's going to be a YouTube video, actually. They go Karambits and Rams. It's a pretty crazy build. haven't got a chance to make that video yet. But I think that's what Terz is going to attempt here. Because you have this much on stone, you're definitely playing for an early castle. What's up, Ferox? Welcome. He'd love to kill that scout. If he kills the scout, it can... What? He killed it and then blocked it, I think, somehow. He boinked and blocked. That's a new strat. The boink and block. And now Blue has no clue what's coming. And now the Vils can leave. And there goes Terz on the way to Castle Age. And, I mean, it could just be a castle over here to secure the gold, too. That probably makes sense, because then you're still next to the opponent's base. Now, Blue gets housed, because he wasn't expecting the additional Vils. And is going to get Town Watch. Town Watch could be an interesting factor here. Because he will get vision from this side, which could give him vision on a sneaky castle. We still don't know where the castle's going to go. Blue, all things considered, I would say is in a better position if this castle's not going to do damage to him. He's got the town centers up. He's got the potential to win water now. Didn't lose any fishing ships yet. Should be pretty easy to win water, which is normally never easy against the Malay. And this galley trying to snipe the fish will fail. It's a nice shot from Blue. And here's Terz. Castle's on the way. Castle is on the way, but his eco will not be near as efficient. But man, if Blue just had the scout to see this, he could adapt so many things. He could put a bunch more on stone. He could stonewall everything. He could drop a castle. Scouting is critical, man. Yeah, this is an all-in. This is an all-in. Only question is it going to be a siege tower or is it going to be rams? I think it's going to be rams. It just takes a while. This eco is not very good for him right now to really balance things out. Siege tower, you get in and then you can't get out. Rams can actually take down walls. Terz doesn't know the market is here. This would actually be a great spot to hit. Blue is... Okay, crazy thing, guys. But Blue is saving for a castle, and I think he wants to castle this area. Ooh, hold on. Fire ship, fire ship, fire ship. How is that fire ship moving? If that fire ship to move over here, or even the fishing ship. Oh, dude, he's so close. He needs vision on this. I genuinely think he's going to try and castle this area. So if he brings Vils, they're just going to die. Blue is getting relics. Blue has the eco lead. Blue is the water. And then it's all in one TC from Terz. Oh, man. Oh, wait, the monk is coming. Okay, what's the pathing on the monk? Does he walk this way, or did he shift Q it around somehow and it goes this way? I mean, this monk is really valuable. I think Blue can actually survive this. I think the thing that might save him is the fact that he's been on stone for a castle this early. That's not common. But still, rams and karambits are a problem. And surprise! Surprise! Blue's like, what? What is this? Choo-choo! And yeah, you need to buy fast because your market's about to go down. Here come the karambits. He's going for the stone walls. That market's going down way faster than he thinks. I think. I'm not so sure, actually. We have a quick university now. Oh, no. A new market from Blue. The walls go up behind the market. That's actually not bad. He will build a very defensive castle because he knows this is problematic. And we now have a siege tower from Terz. That's so sick from Blue to react to that. That's so good. That was so fast. That was instant reaction into the walls. Remember, clock is kind of ticking for Terz. His eco's not very good here. This is all in. He could always adapt into a boom eventually, though. And this is a really tough army to stop. Siege tower can only go over one layer of wall, not two. And so Blue sees that, and Blue will drop a couple houses. The siege tower can't send units over now. He's trying. It will not work. Over here, he is through. There is a castle for Blue. There's the siege workshop for Blue. Blue is panicking. Blue needs lots of Ratha now, I think, out of the castle. This is crazy. It's a really solid rush, guys. This can work really well, and no one's talking about it. Unfortunately, spoils a video for next week. But the karambits are so cheap. The Rams obviously take down buildings. It's really awkward, really annoying to deal with. And at the very least, it idles your eco. So, like, Blue's eco is not going to be working efficiently. Look at those Karambits run in. Blue needs military, and, like, a lot of military. Thankfully, Ratha have a melee mode, but even that's annoying, because you have to switch the mode all the time. Blue's still trying to hold over here. He's actually getting Bodkin arrow now, so he is planning on Ratha. Bodkin at least helps the TCs in the castles, and Blue defends the TC again. Can he hold here? Can we get to a game number 5 in the decider? Blue's actually taking some really good engagements. The TC is killed a lot. He's been patient here. Terz is running into castle fire with Bodkin now. Here come the Rams. Little choo-choo action on this side. Remember, Blue has 3 relics as well. Still has 20 more villagers. Blue's TC has stayed up. Now the castle's the focus, but the castle takes a long time to take down. The Karambits need to eject to attack Vills. They are doing so. The TC needs to be garrisoned to shoot some Karambits and the Rams. It hasn't done so, but this is not working. This is not working. This series was over. This was a 3-0, bro. This was a 3-0. It's about to be 2-2. Whoa, man. Terz, and he's so good, right? He's so good standard. Malayer's so good standard. He chose the masterpiece play. And, oh, he's going to try and boom now. But he is so far behind. And what a great hold from Blue. What an amazing hold. The micro has actually been exceptional here. 50 kills, 11 deaths. Obviously, the Karambits cost like half a unit. But this came out of nowhere. This is not a standard play. And he's held very nicely. And will have all the momentum. Yeah, the Ratha are killing off the Karambits. More Ratha are coming over. The Monk is there for conversions and healing. There's 8 fishing ships on the water. There's 2 TCs on land. The Karambits, they just get sliced up, man. Sliced up. And look at the score now. I do think the score could be deceiving because there's Navy out there. And also, Terz has a gold locked down. So that's really good for him. So it's not easy for Blue to finish the game right now. So he's going to come this way and see a castle. And there's not much you could do about that right now. But oh, I missed this. He's got a TC over here as well. Oh, he's playing great. Yeah, so he's got the upper gold. No problem. Nothing Terz can do about that. And, I mean, there's also a relic there, too, he could find to make it 4, maybe even 5 relics with this. Oh, what are we witnessing here, guys? What are we witnessing? There was no way this ever felt like we'd get a 5th game out of it. But things can change very quickly in a series. And oftentimes just going back to a moment or two. And Blue will aim to convert this Ratha back to where he belongs and gets to. And now Terz wants it back. Terz does not have Sanctity. Oh, nope, never mind. Ratha wanted to be red. Monks are going to die. We have a castle from Blue on Terz's face. Terz has no defense. Blue actually transported for that, just like he did in the previous series, and he will be into an exposed Terz economy where Terz will have nothing. Also, Terz is running across the middle into fire ships to try and deny that gold, I think. But the castle's kind of a problem. You can't stop the Ratha now. There's too many of them. Your eco is too exposed. I guess the plan could be to go for monks or something. But this just feels so brutal. Maybe Blue's distracted and Blue doesn't realize this is happening. There's a lot of different things to look at right now. Nope, he notices. And the Karambits just die immediately. And the Vills over here are exposed. Blue is going to build another forward castle to send us to the 5th game. Talk about a statement, dude. Talk about a statement. You were just... It was brutal for Blue. This was so painful the first 2 games. And now he's turned it around and he's like, how's your nerve, Terz? How are you feeling? Because I'm feeling great. Wow. This is nuts. I mean, game 3, Terz had a 50 villager lead. It was over. And we're about to be in game 5 in a best of 5. Holy. This is sick stuff. I don't remember the map. I think it's Zong, though. I think it's like the arena map, which could be pretty wild as well. Not scripted. I know that's exactly what someone who hasn't scripted something would say, but I can promise you it's not scripted. This is all live. And, I mean, Terz, I think, is in disbelief right now. Has to be, right? I mean, he's completely dead. He's 4K score behind. Just doesn't want to accept that this has happened. Because he was doing so well in the series. But he loses. Back-to-back wins from Blue. We're going into the 5th game. I cannot believe it. And, you know, the crazy thing about this, guys, is so that kind of, it's easy to look at the build from Terz right now and say it's bad. It's actually a really good build for what the map normally is. Normally, people are going 3 TCs with no army and just making monks. But Blue's game plan was to drop a castle. I think the game plan was to drop a castle on Terz's face. So, like, let's go. When does he see this? Okay, so he doesn't have the stone for right now. But if you watched you Pudding and Blue play this map in the previous rounds, you will know that they would win water, they would make a transport, and they would drop the castle on the Terz's face here. But then, obviously, he sees the pressure. And like, look! He actually had the transport. Okay, this proves my point. So he actually had the transport in queue. That was definitely his plan. And then because he spots this with the monk, has a little bit of time, and is able to wall it out, he goes for the defensive castle. But if he was not planning on a forward castle or a castle at all, he's dead there. You can't just magically get a castle. That's crazy. Ugh. And someone says, why do you need a transport? Because you get there like way faster. You're there immediately, right? And you have the water control. So I think the transport's a great move. Transport also has other benefits, but we're not talking about the transport anymore. We're talking about game 5. Blue holds on. We will go to Zong for game 5. All right, well, I can't believe we're here, but we are here. Winner of this game makes it to Gold League. 25K League. You've got players like Doubts, Margugu. List goes on of some really good players that you get to play with for a chance of course, getting to the big league, which is Platinum League, which is well above the 25K League the following season. Loser just goes to Silver League, just the 10K League, so there's a $15,000 difference between the leagues that they will enter. More money, more prestige, all of that available with this win. We've got Bohemians for Blue. We've got the Burgundians for Terz. And it was looking so good for Terz until it wasn't. Will he be able to settle his mind here? Because he looked so good. It's like, and sometimes it's very easy to play strong AoE 2 when things are going well. So if things are going well, it's like, it feels smooth and you're on top of your game. But the second things go wrong is your real test. And now things have started to go wrong. On paper, it doesn't look good to me that he threw, potentially threw, not trying to be harsh, but game 3. And then went for a YOLO strategy game 4. Like, on paper, that tells me he suddenly lacked confidence. But maybe, regardless, that was always what he was going to do with the melee. And it wasn't a desperate attempt because he was shaky. I don't know. I don't have the context there. I would guess that he probably was going to do that anyways. So you've got shrines here on this map. You can build priests out of them, and then you can cut through the trees, open up an opportunity for those priests to go out and get these relics. There's 5 relics in the middle, and they're on these little statues here. But you could pick up the relics with your Dark Age priests. So it's not technically a monk, even though Capture Aid calls it a monk. I could rename every single one priest, but I don't have time for that. It's just 75 gold. It's just 5 range. And yeah, the relics play a big role. Having said all of that, I think the relics are kind of overrated. Because the most important thing for me on this map is 53,000 gold. Most of that's on the outside. So I think on an arena game, someone will get like all the relics and then they turtle up because they got a lot of gold in their walls. But here you only have that 1 gold. So I would say is Terz is doing a nice little detail here and bringing in the boar with the scout. This is from his own base. I think you just got to take map control in this map. And both civs are pretty good at that. I like this. More people need to do this. Terz is already making this anyways. So he uses the scout instead of a Vil, and then we'll just walk over here and heal him up. And then can go use the scout to bring in the next boar, and then you can heal it up again. And eventually this guy will be free to move out across the map. It's 150 wood per tree, so it does take a little bit longer, but players will know that. T90, any reason for the name of this map? I'm not the creator of the map. We also are not debuting the map in this tournament. It was in other tournaments before. I believe it's the name. It's a name of an actual area, like an actual fortification in the world. So if you have to be careful, please make sure you have the Z when you search on the internet for pictures of this location. Okay, don't search for pictures of Dong. Search for pictures of Zong, D-Z-O-N-G. And if you find that, it is apparently, according to one of my mods, Gyanzi Zong, it is a Burmese fort. So yeah, it is a real place in the world. Just be careful with your searches, please. Okay? Be very careful. Blue's going to go fast castle. Blue does not seem super interested in making a priest just yet. Terz also going fast castle, also just has the 1 priest. But, oh, I'm wrong. Blue actually clicks up. I mean, with the Bohemians could actually work out a fast castle off this. It'd be a very tight build, though. I don't think it's doable. It's still to be seen what the plan is here for Blue. T90, instructions unclear. I found, oh god, no, my eyes. Sorry. I was as clear as I could be. I don't know what more you want from me there, so... Yeah, Zong translates to castle/fortress. Got it, okay. Well, we've got a villager on gold for Terz, couple more houses here, lots of economy. I might take the risk. Sometimes people will take the risk to just run out here with that priest and get a relic real quick. You can't put it in your little shrine, which is a really important detail. You have to build a monastery later. Blue should be leaving his base the second he reaches feudal. Going fast feudal gives you the extra speed and attack on the scout, which means you kill your opponent's scout, which is out here, and also could kill this priest. I think Terz isn't moving out because he's scared. I'm actually curious if he runs home right now. I think he should. I don't think you should be out here. Yeah, that's a smart adaptation there. Smart move. And then the scout from Blue will leave. Obviously, Blue will probably be in the exact area Terz would have been. Game 5. Everything on the line. And Terz and Blue making the right decisions here. Now, this is kind of cheeky, too. You could actually have your scout there. And he'll go attack it. And then you could convert it. And heal. So Blue needs to back away. See, now, once Terz is in feudal, his scout actually has more HP. And now Blue's like, well, crap, I didn't make a priest yet. Blue is up. What is this? This is so fast. Again, if you're going to go for a monk rush, you can't do it with the shrines, really, because you're just making priests. So, like, make one of them, sure, but you'd need a second monastery. He's going to be at Castle at a ridiculous time. This feels like this is for all-in monks. This is all-in something. But Terz is one of the best civs to play a counter to that, which is like Habit. Terz has really clean economy. What is the plan here? I don't like the chemistry idea, by the way. Like, chemistry is really expensive, takes a lot of time. Chemistry can come later with a bit more economy, but this to me feels like it's going to be double monastery monks. Or maybe just a really fast boom from Blue and he buys the stone back. Heals up the scout, moves out now. Wonder what Terz is thinking. seeing that feudal age time. Yeah, here come the Vills. This is for a push. Getting Loom. He's going to leave his base. We have the patrol there. Terz will notice that. He'll also notice the Vills. But, I mean, blue has to expect scouts. Normally, I would say with whatever push this is going to be, you always need spearmen against the Burgundians. Always. This feels like double monastery to me, man. But, I mean, there's not a lot right yet. Terz is going to add some Flemish militia. Just more army out here. And, okay, blue will see. Blue needs a quick wall. Blue sees the scouts. He needs the quick wall. Game 5. Gets the quick walls. He's an absolute maniac. But what are we doing this? Why are we doing this in the first place, dude? You can't run over the... You can't run that over that. Scout actually gets saved. Monasteries are on the way, but I think blue's in trouble because there's now a priest here converting one of the vills, and actually that villager will get converted, and they can attack the other vill. Both the monasteries can be denied. The scout is down for blue. Terz is like, did you doubt me? Did you doubt me? Because if you doubted me, you were wrong. Walls down. Villagers attacking her friend. Monastery can't complete. It should complete with some spam clicks. But it's just such a crazy all-in choice to do this against the Burgundians. I think this is Terz's home map, by the way, which would explain if his strategy makes a little bit more sense. Maybe it's a map blue's not comfortable on, but that monastery's denied. This one, you can argue, is useless. Like, what do you even do with it? He's giving up on the push now, guys. He's going for the second TC because he knows that this is no longer going to do anything. And Terz should be in a great spot. Like, you cut some corners when you play how blue is played. You're skipping eco upgrades. I think that push is fine if you add spearmen. But maybe the lack of experience from blue. Now, I'm hesitant to say that Terz should win this game now because I saw game number 3. Game number 3 is living in my mind. And I cannot forget it. Having said that, I think some of the issues that you had in that game, which resulted in the throw, is there's a question of what army to make. So, like, here with Burgundians, it's very easy to know what your army options are. Vinchester's in chat. Let's go. We got a plat player here. Vinch says, I am actually the one who came back now after leaving in game 3. Yeah, Vinch, crazy, right? Like, how are we here? Terz was up 50 vills, and the snowball happens, and everything fell apart, and then he lost the previous game, and... But, I mean, what a start. I mean, Terz is going to have all the relics. I think he wants a siege workshop to pressure this. He's got crazy eco upgrades with the Burgundians. Terz just needs to play patient now. But I actually don't even mind a little bit of pressure here, because you know the only way that blue recovers is if he just straight booms. So don't let him do that. The siege workshop's a really nice addition. Burgundians getting relics is crazy strong. You get food eco from that as well as the golden come. And siege workshop is visible for blue. So he probably needs his own siege workshop, but this is bad. This is really bad. Down 1,500 resources collected this early is crazy. And it's only going to get worse. Nice job from Terz. Nice job from Terz. I want more drama in our game 5s. So, everyone, let's pretend this is very, very close. And that there's a comeback condition for blue. Okay? Actually, let's not pretend. Legitimately, I think his only way is a university. I think full gunpowder could do it. Not sure about monks. He might think about monks to convert the siege, but I think full hand cannons, it's his best form of military, but he's going to go for the monks here. And we have TC number 3 from Terz. Again, the thing about the siege workshop, it's probably not going to end the game, but it doesn't allow blue to just freely boom, and it puts your opponent under pressure. So now Blue has to build military that he wasn't going to otherwise build. And he's going to try monks and spears now. Bill count's still really even. The Blue actually deleted the shrine in the back, so he has a little bit more space to chop the wood. Terz does not know what's back there. He's looking around on this side. He's looking around on this side. He's actively pushing through the middle. I would be scared it's going to be hand cannons right now. Look at the resources collected. The economy for Terz is insane. And I'm sure he'll be able to laugh off game number 3 and game number 4 if he can get the job done now. Losing this, though, would be a heartbreaker. Like, if he were to lose this game now, after some of the other games, it would be one of the biggest heartbreaks for me as a caster. He is so close to making it to gold. And I think you're seeing now why Monks was maybe not a very wise choice, but nothing really is at this point for Blue. It's already gone downhill. Like, the light cav are already there. So Terz is like, perfect. I don't necessarily need to do anything else except what I've been doing. There are some spears, though. But Terz, he'll dive in anyways. He's waiting for the monks to eject from the monasteries. He kills one. They will take down this monastery as well. That'll be another monastery down for Blue. Terz even getting devotion now, so his units resist conversion. Look at this pressure. Can he actually do it, though? Like, he's tried to go for the kill to finish the series so many times. Can he actually finish the game now? I think Blue's only comeback condition would be perfect conversions and the pikeman upgrade in front of those monks here. We've seen conversions do crazy things over the years. It has to be insane. It has to be perfect. It's not perfect. He doesn't lose every monk. He does still have some of these monks alive. TC's still up for now. I don't even know if he has redemption, though. Does anyone know? I guess I could check. Does he have it? He does have it. Well, I mean, you have to deal with it somehow. You need to convert that siege. He's locking in on the siege. He's got the spearmen in front. The light cav are out of position. This could be a snowball. I thought he had a conversion. Okay, he's got a conversion, but his monk got converted as well. Luckily for Terz, he has enough siege here. He could probably lose some siege and still be fine. Still being patient. Still holding map control. Ridiculous economy. TC's still almost gone. And Blue, he brought it back to game 5. But it seems like it's going to be the result that we felt it could be anyways. And honestly, it won't be this game. Like, if he loses this game, I don't think he'll look back at... I mean, yeah, okay, questionable approach. But he'll actually go back to not being what he would have wanted to be the first 2 games. Which was a bit sharper there. That's what I would say. He's just under so much pressure now. He's got no map control. Terz might have lost with a 50 villager lead before. But there's no way he'll do that again here. He does lose his siege. So that's not good. And maybe the push stalls out here. He loses the ramps. He loses his mangonels. But the thing is, that's fine. You didn't actually need to do much more than what you've done. That's fine. The damage is done already. So, I'm okay with him continuing to make more. He's got 4 mangonels in queue, guys. Someone check his heart rate. Check his heart rate. He's freaking out right now. But yeah, I mean, and now a ram. But he can go up to the Imperial Age from here. I think he can plan around a castle towards the middle. That would probably be the next step. His economy's crazy, man. Look at that economy. And I love his micro. And it's exactly how you should play with light cav against monks. Just always hovering around the town centers, looking for the snipes. I think if Blue wanted to try monks, you always need to have spears initially. But not having that essentially gave up all the relics in the middle. And then he felt like monks was his only way back after that. Monks are strong, but they're not this strong. And yeah, Terz just needs a castle in the middle. Look at his resources. He's clicked up to imp and he still has 1,000 food. I'm scared to say it. Thank God I didn't say it during the Kilimanjaro game. I was gonna say like that it would gift like 1 million subs or something if he throws this game. But I'm not gonna say it because he did throw game number 3 and that would have been bad. So he's gonna go Cavalier now, which is a little bit interesting. What I would want to see is I'd want to see archer ranges. And I just like still go light cap, but then plan around skirms and hand cannons. It's fine. He can't throw. I'd like to see him buy a little bit of stone, start building a castle somewhere. There's no way he can throw this game. There is no way. Archer ranges are coming up. Monk mass is getting pretty scary. He's making more light cav now. He's pulling away with his siege. Could actually lose his siege. Could actually lose his relics. Might actually get castle dropped. It's getting a little worrying right now. He clicks Paladin. Okay, we're going Paladin against monks, huh? All right, well, there's a castle drop from Blue. Blue needs to do something. And Blue's going to try something. He wants those relics and he wants the gold. Light Cav will dive in to get the kills. There's also some Cavalier in there. But the Cavalier haven't really been targeted. And Terz hops out with more Light Cav. He will clear the monks. He will kill Vils. I think he can deny the castle as well. And if he denies the castle, it is obviously over. And it is. Terz does it. Oh my goodness, man. I mean, I would not have felt as bad for a player as I would have felt if he lost this series, because he was so far ahead in game number 3, but he played super solid today. I mean, the first 2 games especially. And even though he tried something, he kind of threw game number 4 or 3, tried something crazy in game number 4 and got bested. And he was able to show up in game number 5, stay true to his strategy. And I think Blue will. I do have to question the approach of this particular game. It seemed to me like a lack of confidence on the map to try and go monks against a civ that's almost always going to have light cav there with those timings is a little weird. But again, from his perspective, he would have actually wanted to play a little bit better in game number 1 and game number 2. That's where Blue typically specializes. Both great players. Hats off to both of them. Salutes to both of them, please, in chat. Blue will be in our 10K Silver League. He's a younger, new player. That'll be perfect for him in the new year. And then Terz will be in Gold League with some big names. Officially top 50 in tournament action for Terz. That's a big jump from where he was a couple years ago. So both players are really prepared. Both players put in more time and energy into practicing than you guys probably realize. And so, yeah, well played to both. They played amazing. But only one person could go to gold. Let's speak to Golden Boy Terz. Things should be working. I think he knows I'm coming. Hello, Terz. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm very relieved. Let's put it like that. And obviously very happy to have gotten into Gold League.
Are you saying relieved because you feel as though you should have maybe won the series a bit earlier?
Don't remind me of the third game. I thought it was so won, and the first 2 games were so nice, they weren't like super close. So I was feeling so good, and then the freaking Shambase overrunning me.
Would you like?
I can't believe that happened.
Because you brought it up, would you like to know what your villager lead was at one point in that game?
I saw it at the end, but did I have like twice the wills actually?
I think you had a 55 villager lead.
Oh no.
Honestly, like, it's one of those things where if you were only 30 vills ahead, you would have won because you would have added a siege workshop on your hill and you would have played safe.
Yeah, also, I feel like going for the second vills on the left side might have been a mistake because I was already ahead in vills.
Yeah. Well, just want to pick your brain a little bit. So, I've obviously known about you for a few years now, but I wanted to ask, like, if you had to I don't know, explain your rise as a top player. Do you remember the first time you hit 2K in the definitive edition? When was that? When did you hit 2K3 the first time? Because as far as I understand, at least the last 2 years has been like your really your biggest rise. I would have never thought 2 years ago we'd be having this convo.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say I have no idea when I hit 2K or 2K3 actually. It might have been
I could tell
half
you.
a year ago or a year ago.
I could tell you. It was January of 2023 was when you hit 2K.
Okay, nice. But yeah, obviously wouldn't have expected to get here to perform this well, and yeah, I'm very happy about that.
What?
Even like some months ago, I would have like my goal for Bronze League was to get into silver.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would get into gold, honestly. And even when I saw the bracket, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna lose to Neos, but worked out in the end.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what your goal was. So after you got to this final, were you approaching this like you already would be very happy with how things played out because of that goal, or were you really intent since this was just one more series away on like making it happen?
I mean, when you get to the final game, right? Like, or the final set, then you obviously want to win. And
yeah.
I also knew that I could win. Like, I had good practice. I was confident that I could beat him on remap, kind of.
Yep.
If I do it correctly. Yep. So obviously wanted to win.
Okay. If you had to say, roughly speaking, how many practice games do you think you played? And if it's 0, that's fine. But
no, it's I would say like 15, but it's over the last couple of months, like from when TTL was announced until now.
Sets or games? 15.
15 sets, I would say.
Okay.
What helped me the most, I would say, was I have to give a shout out to Running, who watched back a lot of my practice recs and told me like, okay, you can do that here. You can give up water faster on Jungle Swarm, for example, stuff like that.
Sick. I think there's a chance. Is Running in Gold League as well?
He's in Platinum League.
Or is he Plat now? I forget. I should know this, of course.
There was this amazing set of him versus Kasper for Platinum League.
Yeah. He got promoted. I'm double checking this, but obviously he's a league above you. Running has been around and has been established at the higher level for longer than you. So, and you obviously got the German connection as well, and I think teammates aside from that on other events. So, well, man, I mean, congratulations. I have to ask, thoughts on entering gold in terms of the caliber of players that will be there. What is your goal? Let me read some of the names that will be playing in that bracket. We've got like Kapoch, Daniel, Daut, Veleza, Valis, Margugu, Dogao, Ganji, Overtaken, Sobek. Like you're joining a very solid list. So thoughts on and expectations for when that rolls around.
I mean, I have, if I make it to gold, I have to go confident into it, right? So
yep.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna beat all of them, and then I'm gonna join Running in Platinum. So
okay. I like the mindset.
We're gonna do that.
I like the mindset. That's sick. Well, I just tell you final words here, a bit of advice. Every Titans League, there's always some people who the first 2 weeks can get some really valuable wins in the group stage because they're well prepped. It seems like you played like 15 practice games roughly. You did a lot of prep. So I think if you do that, I think you could definitely do well in gold. And your level, your APM, the way your strategy works and plays out, you're really solid. So well deserved. Congratulations, Terz. Happy for you, man.
Thank you.
We're gonna head on to another series. I don't know if you had anything else, but otherwise, I'll let you go, dude.
No, that's it. Also, thank you for organizing. Obviously, it has been a lot of fun and very glad to have played in it.
Absolutely. As a thank you to me, next time we play on ladder, just stop being so sweaty, okay? And just relax. I normally when we play, I've already casted for like 7 hours, and your APM's through the roof, and I'm tired. So stop stealing my elo. I think you
actually have a decent win rate against me, to be honest.
Okay, but I'd like for it to be a little bit better. So if I just covered Titans League for 7 hours, just settle down, all right?
Okay, noted.
Yeah, just kidding. All right, take care, dude.
Bye bye.